There comes a moment in every human life when silence becomes heavier than noise, when hope feels expensive, and strength feels borrowed. A moment when you ask yourself questions you never imagined you would ask. Why me? Why now? Why does life keep taking instead of giving? Most people break at this moment, but legends are born here. This is not just a story of a king. This is a story of you. Because before every rise, there is a fall so deep that it shakes your identity. Chapter 1: The Kingdom of Light. Long ago, surrounded by mountains and rivers, stood a kingdom called Suryagar. It was not the richest kingdom. It did not possess endless gold or massive armies. But it had something rare: peace. The people lived simple lives. Farmers worked the land, children laughed freely, and nights were calm under open skies. At the heart of this kingdom ruled King Aryavardhan. He was not feared. He was respected. He did not rule with force. He ruled with fairness. Aryavardhan believed one truth: a king is not above his people. A king is responsible for his people. He walked among them. He listened. He learned. And because of that, the people trusted him with their lives. Chapter 2: The Illusion of Stability. But life never warns before it tests you. Peace creates comfort. Comfort creates blindness. Beyond the borders of Suryagar, another kingdom watched quietly. A kingdom obsessed with power. A kingdom ruled by greed, not values. They saw Suryagar not as a land of people, but as land to be owned. And one night, while Suryagar slept in peace, war drums echoed in the distance. The enemy was coming. Chapter 3: The Day Everything Collapsed. The sun had barely risen when chaos erupted. Enemy soldiers flooded the borders. Fire replaced peace. Screams replaced laughter. King Aryavardhan stood at the palace gates, armor worn, sword in hand. He fought, not for glory, not for pride, but for his people. Yet courage alone cannot always defeat numbers. The enemy army was larger, stronger, better prepared. By nightfall, Suryagar had fallen. The palace burned. The crown fell to the ground. And King Aryavardhan was captured. Chapter 4: The Cage of Failure. Chains wrapped around his hands. Iron doors closed behind him. The king became a prisoner. No throne, no army, no respect, only darkness. Night after night, he replayed the battle in his mind. What if I had trained harder? What if I had prepared better? What if I wasn't enough? These questions became torture. Not the chains, not the prison, but self-doubt. Because the most dangerous prison is not made of stone. It is built inside the mind. Chapter 5: The Lowest Point. Days turned into months, months into years. The world forgot the king. And slowly, the king began forgetting himself. He stopped standing tall, stopped believing. He whispered one night, "I failed everyone." That was the moment when his spirit reached rock bottom. And rock bottom is dangerous, because you either stay there forever, or you rise with a strength you never knew you had. Chapter 6: The Voice of Wisdom. In the same prison lived an old man, silent, observant. One day he spoke. "You sit like a defeated man," he said calmly, "but your eyes still burn like a king." Aryavardhan laughed bitterly. "A king without a kingdom is nothing." The old man smiled. "No, a king without courage is nothing." He continued, "Crowns can be taken, kingdoms can be stolen, but discipline, vision, and courage can only be surrendered, never stolen." That night, something shifted. Chapter 7: The Decision. Aryavardhan realized a truth. His enemy did not destroy him. He destroyed himself by giving up. That night, he made a vow. "If I am here, I will become stronger than I ever was." No excuses, no complaints, only growth. Chapter 8: Rebirth in Darkness. In the prison cell, his transformation began. He trained his body with no equipment. Push-ups on stone floors. Running in chains. Endurance in hunger. He trained his mind. Meditation, reflection, control. He studied mistakes, battle strategies, human nature. While the world slept, a king was being rebuilt. Chapter 9: Freedom Without Honor. Years later, the prison doors opened. He was released, not as a king, not as a hero, but as a nobody. People looked at him and whispered, "That's the king who lost everything." Humiliation followed him like a shadow. But he remained silent, because he had learned something powerful. Noise seeks validation. Silence builds strength. Chapter 10: The Power of Humility. Ariyavardhan settled in a small village. He worked the land, helped the weak, taught children. No titles, no recognition, only purpose. Slowly, people noticed his integrity. They didn't follow him because he was a king. They followed him because he was worthy. Chapter 11: The Return of Evil. The same enemy kingdom returned with oppression. Taxes increased, freedom vanished, hope died. The people remembered one name: Ariyavardhan. They came to him, not asking for war, asking for leadership. Chapter 12: A Different Kind of Army. Ariyavardhan stood before them. "I cannot promise victory," he said, "but I promise truth." This time, there were no professional soldiers. There were farmers, teachers, fathers, mothers, but they had something stronger than weapons: belief. Chapter 13: The Battle That Changed History. The battle was fierce, not perfect, not easy, but united. Strategy replaced brute force, courage replaced fear, and slowly, the impossible happened. The enemy fell, chains broke, Suryagar was free. Chapter 14: The Real Crown. The people offered him the crown again. He held it, and placed it down. "A true king," he said, "is not crowned by gold, but by trust." Final message for the listener. If you are broken today, remember this story. If you feel forgotten, remember this story. If life has taken everything from you, remember this: the fall is not your enemy. Giving up is. You are not finished. You are being rebuilt. And when you rise, you will rise unstoppable. Powerful ending lines, Sky Story style. Pressure creates kings. Silence builds legends. Pain is temporary. Purpose is permanent.